What's up, people? So I'm going to go over this list of basically unattractive traits for men and women, but these are things you can change, so they're not, doomed. For women, you want to kind of avoid these types of traits, and if you are these, you want to lean over, okay? The first one, unintelligent, that's just a bad trait. It's just the truth. Some people are, they need work on that. Uninsightful. So if you say something and there's a lack of experience or a lack of interpretation or internalization, and there's basically a lack of insight, that's usually not good because there's like a lack of resource of memory and experience. So unappreciative, that's a really bad quality. Appreciation is a really good quality. So it could be like very little things, like being unappreciative for gifts, small gestures, random acts of kindness, thoughtful gestures, things like that. But yeah, basically being unappreciative is definitely a terrible, that's not a good quality. You want to change that. Untalented, that's something you can change by tapping into your authentic interests, getting into hobbies and stuff like that. So being untalented is it's just not a good trait. You want to hone a talent or skill in life, no matter who you are. Especially, like, for sure, this one's for women. Unloving, uncaring, unmotherly. Some women excel at this better than others, but it's just that sort of innate gift to care for something, for someone. So the opposite would be being self-centered. If a woman is very self-centered, that's not a good prospective mate. Being closed-minded, that basically relates to some previous points, but if you bring up something that's out of their context or out of their culture or out of their upbringing, or that challenges like an idea that they have and they're very defensive over it and unwilling to listen, that's a very bad quality. You don't want to deal with that. Boring, that's basically related to like not having skills or hobbies, but basically being boring is just something anyone can improve at, but yeah, very unattractive. And being superficial, like there's more to a person than just their wealth, status, looks. So if you can obviously see the best of people beyond their superficiality, that means you're a deep person and that you're a good person. So don't be like someone who just goes through life judging and judging people like that. For men, I'm going to try and go through this a little quicker. Unable to be serious, that's a really bad quality. As a man, you got to know when to be able to lock in, and be serious. And it relates to later points. Unmotivated, that basically means you don't have any aspirations. Obviously, it's very bad. Because no matter who you are, you can always improve some facet of your life, if not multiple. So being unmotivated, no good. Undisciplined, same thing. If you're not disciplined, you definitely won't go anywhere with your motivation. So being disciplined means actually taking consistent action and taking on a daily basis towards your goals. Cannot be a leader. That's a really bad quality. You're not an alpha male if you can't lead, no matter the context. So you got to learn to be a leader, both with work and with family as well. Because if you can't lead your family, like your children and stuff like that, you're not going to have a good, strong family structure unit, and basically a lot of ramifications with that. Unwilling to fight, that basically just means you're a coward. Fight for the things that you believe in, fight to protect the people that you love. If you're unable to fight, you're unable to protect, you're just not a man. Afraid to act authentically. An alpha person is able to speak their mind and not care really how other people judge them. Obviously, you want to care somewhat about how people receive you, but basically being authentic and unapologetically yourself and sticking true to how you feel is a very strong masculine trait that's really important for your success. You can't always filter and censor yourself. Sometimes you just got to speak freely from the heart, and that's authentic. Indirect with life and relationships. If you like someone, just tell them directly or ask them out. If you want a job, go for that job. If you want to live somewhere, go live there instead of living indirectly, beating around the bush, or having a lot of side projects. That's not going to help you get far in life. Distracted from your purpose. You should know your purpose no matter what it is. Every person is on their journey to learn their things that they're supposed to learn, so you should know your purpose, and basically that should be your guiding star all the time. So whenever you find yourself distracted, getting in petty arguments or doing nonsense, could be a number of things, but you should not be distracted from your purpose. If you hide failure rather than owning it, that's a really bad quality. You shouldn't hide failures or things you're maybe not too proud of, but rather you should own and embrace them as learning things that you've learned from and you've progressed from. So, ungentle. I use this word better than unkind because ungentle is more encompassing, as in you should be gentle with people, of course, but also with things that you own, things that are in your control, with animals, for example. Animals, insects, doesn't matter. Just gentle as an overall quality is really important as a man. And a bonus one here is having a sense of humor too, because you got to be able to laugh at life, laugh at yourself, be a little bit self-deprecating. But those are some basically qualities you want to avoid as a man and a woman. So, thank you.